So, welcome to my very first live stream. I'll start by talking about my Cinema X5C drone. I like it a lot, and you may have seen the video of it. So, hopefully you enjoy. Comment and so I can talk about it. So right now I'll just walking. Here's one of my drones that I like. It's an FT Gremlin, and I got from Flight Test. And I like to fly it on 3S that I have right here. So, these are my FPV goggles that I use. Then each shine VS007 Pro. This is the box. They have 1 antenna, and they work pretty well. So I like them a lot. They have just one screen right there. And then I just plug in this. They work pretty well. I like to. So that's what I use for all my flying and stuff. Well, the controller I use is the Fly Sky FSI6. It's a 6-channel transmitter, and you press OK to get it working. Okay, yeah, it's still working. And then has setup and all that kind of stuff. And if you've seen it. They don't switch on the book. It seems like just have batteries there. It just plugs in just from the controller. And here's my Healy on a new one. This 4-wheel drive. I see kind of it like. So it has this cadmium battery to track this battery. So, and as you know, this is one of the first projects I made on my YouTube channel. This is, and it still works. Equipment, so well, soldering this. So if you know anything about IC or anything that I use, you can ask in the comment or the chat actually. So to anyone new here, this is my very first live stream, and I hope you enjoy it. So, and this is another project that I tried to make, but it just never really worked that well. It's a 3D printed little hovercraft with a brushless mode. I might work on this more in the future, but I just haven't worked on that much right now. This is the controller that controls that hovercraft feature. My first one I made on my channel, which seems to have disappeared. So this is that little quadcopter I made on my channel a little bit ago. I'll be posting a full video later. So, and I have this multimeter right here, which I'm not exactly sure which one it is, but we'll... And then I have it's this pen right here, and it's a pretty nice 3D pen. So so maybe I can touch my Coke can I see a little bit nervous. Try. It doesn't really seem to be working that well though. So I'll just put this away right now. It's a mini. Coke can AC code, which works pretty nice, and I posted a review a little bit ago. So to anyone new, this is my very first live stream, and I'm just talking about OC and the stuff I use. So, if there's anything else anyone wants me to talk about, they can ask in the chat. And hello, MC Cube. If you have any questions about OC or anything like that, you can ask that in the chat. So, hopefully you enjoy my stream. Controller that I use, and it works pretty well. It's a 6-channel controller, and it has all kinds of stuff. I'm not sure if you can see it though. Let me turn down the brightness though, then you might be able to see it. Okay, no, I just don't think you can. Oh, there it is. And it has cool stuff like that. Then this is my flight test gremlin, which works pretty nicely. It's the same, and basically it's a baby hawk, except you get from flight test. It's really durable, good load run, and I fly it on a 3S, my 3S battery, which I have somewhere. So, hopefully you're enjoying the stream. So if you do, please hit the like button. Here's my micro hovercraft. Okay, I'll get my charger quickly. This is the charger I use. I also have another ones because I have multiple chargers. This is my Gula B3 AC charger. This is my tenergy 1 to 4 cell LiPo balance charger. This is the box that my Gula charger came in. So I can leave these linked in the description. And when this becomes an actual video, or I could maybe try and link them right now, if you want to check them out. Let me just link them into my favorite one, 1 to 4S, which is pretty nice. So I like that. And these are pretty cheap chargers that you can get. So I'm just linking them in the script now. There. I put the first one now, let me just find the second one. Sorry if this is very boring for you guys. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. I would like to get to 25 subscribers soon. I cannot find the second one right now, so I'll just leave that. I put somewhere. So if anyone's new to it, and ask me questions in the chat about my IC stuff, all that. About what charge I use for my FT Gremlin, which I got from Flight. I'm just seeing. And I have a couple different batteries that I use for different stuff. These are the 1S batteries, which I use for this. The 4 charger that I use can charge 4 batteries at the same time, so I can charge all my batteries at the same time for this strap. And this is the controller for it. Unfortunately, this one cannot do FPV, but it can do other stuff. And if anyone else has any questions they want to ask, they can ask in the comments right now, and I'll try and answer them and stuff like that. This is just a 3D printed hovercraft that I made, but I never posted a video on it because I could never quite get working. It's made with my 3D pen, which is this one right here, which works pretty nicely. This is the box it came from, and it works pretty well. So, if there's any other questions anyone would like to ask, they can ask now. Otherwise, I may end the stream pretty soon. Then other tools that I use, this little screwdriver, which is yes, I could put an FPV camera onto that drone. I just haven't gotten to that yet. I may do that in another video. So, that might be the next video, which might come out tomorrow. So if you want to see that. These are my tools. I have this screwdriver, which has this tip as you can see. Maybe you can't see in the camera, but it fits in these. And then I'll do that tomorrow then. And I'll have some FPV and some of the other videos. And then I have this normal screwdriver. These are both flight test screwdrivers. I got them when I got this FT Gremlin. Then I also have my knife right here, which has needle pliers and all that kind of stuff. I have this measuring tape thing, which I can get pretty good measuring into this. I have my X-Acto knife right here. And then I have my big box of X-Acto knife blades. I also have a hand drill to use. And that's basically all my tools, except I have a flashlight, and a screwdriver. Helping hands, which hold the stuff you're soldering, so it makes it easy, and then you can use this magnifying glass. Then I also have this light right here, which I use for video and also see better, which I'm just turning on right now. And I also have some just some other stuff with my micro tenergy. And then I have this micro SD card reader, which these micro SD cards for this drone's camera. So I think I'll put an FPV camera, like, I'll probably mount it on the top, aiming down, so I can get around the same video as this camera, so I can get some pretty nice videos with it. I also have a nicer micro SD card reader than this, but it seems I cannot get it right now. Otherwise, I would show it to you guys. If anyone else has any comments, they can ask them. Questions, I can ask them in the chat right now, and I can answer them. And if anyone hasn't subscribed, please, you can subscribe, so because I'd really like to get to 25 subscribers really soon. And I have 24 right now. So then, as you know, I also have this homemade IC I made. I'm still working the body for it, so I post more videos on that pretty soon. This is the body that I made, as you probably have seen from other videos. If you want me to make any more bodies, IC cards, you can tell me what kind of body you'd like, and I can make them for either my Helion Anubis 4-wheel drive IC card, or my homemade one, and I can do that. If there's any more questions, you can ask them, and I'll try and answer them the best as I can. This is my little racing drone, which is pretty fast and stuff. Right now, as you can see, it doesn't have an FPV camera on it, because I took it out for a little bit. So it goes pretty fast, and I also fly this on a 3S or a 2S. This is my little 2S. And it also works with my FT Gremlin. And then another important thing that I use a lot is my electrical tape. It's really good to have. You can fix stuff with it. And here's my 3S battery I use with different stuff. It can charge with either of my chargers I have. So it works pretty well. And if anyone haven't seen before, these are my FPV goggles, the Fly Sky. No, not Fly Sky. Each via S007 Pro. And I could also leave those linked in the description if you want. They work pretty well. Okay, and I'm just putting those in now, so you can check this out. Okay, they're around they're $64 on Amazon. So I would like to put DVI in my goggles soon, but right now I can show you. I have it somewhere. Pretty cool contract, and I made it goes right in here and I fit in it. And it just shows the screen, so you can barely even tell. Working here, okay. Sorry about that. It just goes right in there, and you can, when you zoom in a little bit, it only shows the screen, and that works pretty nice. So I'm going to be using that for some upcoming videos, and I can just look through the phone to see the FPV. So works just fine. And let me just finish putting the link to the goggles in the description now. Okay. Now then, another link to the FPV goggles are in the description if you want to check those out too. And then if anyone haven't seen, this is my soldering iron that I use, and it works pretty nice. Basically, it's a Weller WLC100. And this is the box came, and then I could also leave that link in the description. Then these are some other batteries I have. This is a 3S battery right here, and this is a 1S. So, and in about 15 minutes or so, the stream. So it's a pretty nice soldering station, though you will need more tips eventually for it, because it does ruin the tips. I could show you one of the old tips. Nope. Let me just. So, the soldering iron link in the description now. Sorry if this stream is extremely boring for you. If you have any ideas how I could make it better, you can leave those in the comments too. And now the soldering iron is linked in the description. So then the propellers I use for my micro racing drone are jump fan and propeller, and then these are just it's FT Gremlin propeller. And they work pretty well. So, and then another thing I like to have is duct tape, and that's pretty helpful. This is the case box that the 3S battery I got came in, and it works pretty well. So, just try to think if there's anything else I can talk about now. Here's this body I made for this too, which looks pretty nice and stuff. So, it just sits on there and stuff. Yeah, I would like to move on to bigger racing drones later. This is also a roll cage that I would like to move on to bigger race drones later. They're just a little bit more expensive and stuff right now. So they're not that much more expensive though. So if you want to build a drone, you can build them for around the same price. But if you build a bigger one, you will need an FAA registry, and if the camera's about 25 milliwatts, you'll need an FCC license too. I'm pretty sure. But just check your country before you just assume what I'm saying is correct. This is also an IC card that I tried to build a while ago and it just never finished. You can have pretty big modes, basically made to be a rock grill. It never got finished though, so I may come out with a video of getting this completely working. So for it. So if you have any other questions, you can ask them. Anything like that. Another thing I built a while ago is this. It's an old trail. It may not look like much, but it actually is an IC car controller, which works. I made it out of an old plane controller and then just an old drill, and it works pretty nicely. And as you may have noticed, this is a brush drone, and this is a brushless. If you get a brush drone like this, make sure you get extra motors, which I have some right here, and you can use that. So, I think this might be about all for this stream, so if you have any more questions, now's the time to ask them before I stop the stream. I'll give it about 5 minutes or so. And if you ever get an FT Gremlin, I could leave them. This is the box they come in, which I think is pretty cool. You can get them from flight tests. I'll leave a link to them in the description now. So let me just get that out. And then after that, I think I may just quit for the day and just be done streaming. Yeah, I'm just getting. So I'm just leaving a link to the whole flight test store page in the description right now. Okay, and I left the link to the flight test stores where you can get the FT Gremlin if you were interested in that. So I think this may be the end of the stream. So I guess this is the end of the stream. Now, bye.